I'm good. I just wanted to talk about the Trans-Pacific Partnership.
Yes, please.
Yeah, so I was listening to an NPR show, On Point, and they were talking about the free trade agreement. And like one thing that I thought was a really good point was that we're not getting anything from this. So we're not like getting anything from what that was the guest point, that we're giving away our workers' rights, but we're not getting anything for it. So our service sector, which we have a comparative advantage for, we have like we're not gaining access to those markets. So I wanted to see what your thoughts on that argument was.
As far as I know, there's something like 29 chapters in this, right? And a lot of it is we don't even know what's in this, which in and of itself should be the end of the conversation, right? I mean, if you can't even make explicit what the terms of this deal are to the American public enough so that reporters can write on it, right? I mean, look, there's only a small percentage of people who pay attention to this stuff anyways. That's already problematic. But to the extent that we know this, there is no falling of tariffs. All this is, for the most part, there's three major components about this as far as I can tell. It is that it protects the intellectual property rights of pharmaceuticals and of Hollywood, which brings no discernible benefit to the American worker, to the American public at large. None. In fact, if anything, even in this country, we should roll those back. Never mind expand them into foreign territories. So that gives us nothing as an American public. It certainly gives certain lobby groups a big payoff. The other major component about this is essentially the investor-state relations, which is that as an investor, and in this case, let's say, and there's a lot of examples of this in terms of NAFTA, having to center around like environmental questions. If I'm an American logging company, or maybe a Canadian logging company coming to America, and I have anticipated, purchasing the leases of this broad swath of area, and then the local government or the national government says, we're making this a state park. You can't log there. Or we passed a law that says we got to protect the spotted owl, and you can't log there anymore. Me as a logging company, I can say, well, even if it's not a taking, right? And even if it's not like you've taken my property, they could say like, well, we had projected profits that we had anticipated of $30 million or $50 million or $1 billion. And your law has prevented our projected profits from happening. So we're going to go to an arbitration board. This board is going to be filled literally with 3 lawyers who are going to come from the logging industry and are going to rule as to whether or not your government owes us money. That's basically what happens. Now, you got to contemplate what that could mean. It could mean that drug companies could sue the United States. Sue is not even the right word because it's not really in a court. Could go in front of this tribunal made up of pharmaceutical lawyers and say, the United States just passed a law that says that they can negotiate in bulk for Medicare drug prescriptions. They're going to use their volume buying to drive prices down. Well, the TPP says that can't happen. So we're going to go to this tribunal of these 3 lawyers and let them rule on it. I mean, there's nothing good about this. There's nothing good about it. And if there was, we would know what it was.